Be the guy you are, love the game, but you, like, don't go out to prove anything.
You know, we obviously we've spoke a couple of times on the the CBS show that we do, and his dad's been on the road doing the games and done a couple of Celtic games, and they've come in at the end, and it's been brilliant TV watching. So his dad's interviewing him about the game, and it's been brilliant. And obviously, love working with your dad. Being away from to Dortmund was an interesting trip, but there was something your dad said that I took for myself, because my son's in the game, and I thought I really like that. He said, you and him almost decided very early on in your career that he was your dad, not your coach. Your coach is at the club, and you had that sort of father-son relationship in goal. Could you just explain how that worked, or also how you decided that, or was that ever a problem at some stage early on?
No, I think I was at sports college in Denmark, and I had the opportunity to stay there another year, or I had an opportunity to go on trial. I went on trial at Man United, at Fulham and Aston Villa. Fulham and Aston Villa gave me the opportunity, and then I went to Man City, and they gave me an opportunity. And basically, my dad and I had a conversation where he just said, right, he asked me, what do you want my role to be? And I said, I want you to be my dad. That's it. Because I just think that relationship between a father and a son particularly is, I didn't want to tarnish that. We had such a good relationship. I didn't want it to become difficult for him, because he'd have to be critical of me, which I think now, as a father myself, I know that's difficult. And it would just be, the lines would become blurred a little bit. So we made the decision quite early that we're going to stick with what we have. And then, I had Tim Flowers, Premier League winner, as well as my coach. So I was in good hands. We had David Seaman as the senior goalkeeper. So there was enough good people around me to kind of to learn from. But he was always there if I wanted to ask anything. And I think that what I have used him for is more the life of a goalkeeper, or a life of a professional. How do you balance that? I think that's kind of more the conversations that we have, not really in terms of technical stuff, because I'm built very differently to him. I'm not the same size as him. I have very different attributes to what he had. So I'm never going to be able to be like him. So, it's one of those, we just very, very early decided that we're going to keep this, family and that as kind of business.
I love that.
It's pretty cool.
Good.
Did you think about not being a goalkeeper in sort of youngies?